So, all right.
So this little episode is called Mount Rainier. I had a profound life lesson on Mount Rainier. Seldom, maybe never, ever had such an experience. The events leading to the dramatic day on the mountain started a year earlier. Matt and Megan were at a fundraising dinner for Furnish Hope, and the live auction was in full swing. Megan had the auction paddle, and Matt was urging her to stay in the bidding for a weekend stay at a cabin at Mount Rainier. When the gavel dropped, she was the top bidder. The September weekend was finally chosen. Megan called and invited me to join them for the weekend and a hike on Mount Rainier. Checking my schedule, I confirmed my suspicion. Yep, no conflicts. Nothing at all was on my calendar. By Friday afternoon, 8 of us assembled at the cabin in the towering trees at the base of the mountain in the rain. Matt, Caleb, Megan, Ryan, and 3 of Megan's friends were the crew plus the old grandpa, me. I was 3 times the age of almost all of the ones there. The next morning, the sky had cleared and we awoke to blue skies, a stunningly beautiful day. Ryan prepared a great breakfast for a sleepy bunch of late risers. Well fed, all turned full attention to gearing up for a day of hiking on the mountain that loomed above us. Snacks, water, bear spray, hiking shoes, we were ready to roll. It seemed like a long drive up the mountain, at least 45 minutes. We broke out of the trees at Timberline, and there we viewed the parking lot amid hundreds of cars. The first leg of the hike was just from the parking lot to the lodge. There weren't hundreds, there were thousands of hikers. All sorts of hikers, young, old, fit, fat, rotund, experienced, and are you sure this is a good day for a hike? After carefully studying the large trail map, we had a plan. The wide, well-maintained trail even had signs and arrows. But catching my breath and looking up the trail did not look like the easy route that we had talked about earlier. I had made it this far, and it was mountain beauty at its finest. Already, 3 bears and a mountain goat were in view. The alpine bowl of huckleberry bushes and other high-altitude shrubs captured our immediate sight. But looking up was the stunning grandeur of the majestic glacier-capped mountain peak of Rainier. No wonder thousands came to view such a sight. You're right there. Fresh snow has fallen. The mountain is towering over you, so close you can see the cracks and the crevices and rock ledges like steps up the peak to the summit. Your sight is captivated by the massive scale and stunning beauty. Rainier, up close, is etched within one's memory. An incredible wow. Well, back to the trail. Looking up, the trail has switchbacks. That can only mean one thing. The already steep path gets even steeper. The youngsters are raring to go. They didn't even need to catch their breath. It's abundantly evident they need to go ahead at their own pace. They are energized. My much slower pace will be a drag. I assure them I will be all right. I can't get lost. There are enough other hikers, we could almost all hold hands. So off they go, relieved to be released. But Matt is predetermined not to leave me alone. No way was I to be on the trail all by myself. And this is the very heart of what turned out to be my profound life lesson. As I looked up the trail, I really didn't know if I could make it to the top. I would attempt it, get up as far as my legs would take me. If I pooped out, I would just come back down. I was skeptical of my mountaineering trekking. Matt hooked a finger in my belt loop, which steadied me and gave me a boost at the steps, especially those tall ones. Just that little help kept me going. Catching my breath for a minute or longer was enough to keep me progressing up the incline. I was amazed. I was standing at the top, looking down. Not the top of the mountain, just that top part of the trail. Up a bit further to the left, and it was time to sit on a rock, eat a food bar, drink some water, and watch some girl hikers go by. Maybe I should do some more hiking. It was a 3-mile hike to get back down the mountain by a less steep route. Matt's backpack had a handle on its top edge, which provided to be just perfect for the downhill hike. Matt walked in front of me, and I used the handle to steady my descent. It was my personal moving handrail. Most of the time, I didn't need much support, just a bit. The deep steps were the crucial help I needed. Without that handle, it would have been very difficult. Down on one knee in order to get the free foot down, probably. That was repeated over and over. It was a long walk down. Back at the cabin, reliving the day, it was evident. Without Matt's belt loop boost and his backpack handle, I'd still be on the steep slopes of Rainier, wondering how cold I'd get spending the night under a fir tree. I absolutely could not have done it without help. I can't think of another situation that is as vivid and clear-cut as this. His help was light in the amount of energy he expended, but without his help, I could not have made it. A very dramatic realization to me. On my own, I could not have made it to the first rock that I rested on, but with a little help, I hiked to where I was walking in slush. My aging body needed a little help. The belt loop boost and the hand on the handle gave me the assist and stability I needed for a splendid day of climbing the heights, otherwise utterly impossible. The lesson for me: giving someone just a little helping hand during a climb they are facing could make a difference. The help and effort given could be small in comparison to the benefit received. I shall long remember scaling the heights of Mount Rainier. What grandeur! All made possible with a little help, rendering me up to the task.
Wow. So the steps were a couple of feet.
Well, yeah, they had a log across and then backfilled. So, some of it was just, some of it was just like this. But then when they were 12 or 16 inches, that's just really coming up. You might be able to get 1 foot up there, and it's like getting in a tall pickup, And so, but then on the way down, if I would have stepped off down on there without the balance, I just couldn't have done it.
Right.
So, toward the end of that, going back down, there was one couple particularly. They were fairly young, but evidently it was the boyfriend or the husband, whichever it was, and they must have gone for the hike, and the young woman was totally out of gas. She found no humor in any of our help or comments. I mean, she'd walk about 10 feet and sit down.
Oh, wow.
She was just spent. And so to joke with her about when she wanted to go for her next hike,
Not funny.
no, it didn't do
Yeah.
it. He might never get her on a hike
Nope.
again.
That was the last hike.
So it was just, I was getting pooped. It was getting long.
Sounds exhausting.
Because some of the trip down was still uphill. You know, you go
Oh,
back
sure.
down there and then you go back up. I thought,
Yeah. I remember when I was backpacking, well, working, clearing trails,
yeah.
going down was brutal on tired legs and knees.
Keeping the brakes on.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Yeah. Yeah, well, but it's kind of like when you're lifting weights and you're pushing, all you need is a finger from someone else to get the weight all the way up.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes they'll
Is
just
that
come
close?
in. Yeah, they'll just come in and because you're just straining like with a bench press, they'll just come with 2 fingers and give you a lift.
It couldn't be more than a pound or so.
No.
Really?
So yeah, I can feel that.
Well, that resonates with that, doesn't it?
It sure does. Yeah,
Wow.
just a little help.
Just a little help.
Well, thanks, Dad.